Welcome back to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison, and I am your host, Liv Harrison. I want to talk a little bit about my guest today, and I'm really sad that she's virtual because every time I see her in real life, I collapse on the floor. And that might sound like a joke, but it's actual reality, everybody. The last time, I really do think it wasn't the last time I saw her, but one time that I did see her, she surprised me, and I legit fell to the ground to the point that someone almost called 911 to check because they thought I was not okay. The only person on the planet that can make me fall to my knees, okay, besides Jesus Christ, but he's not here right now. But when he comes back, I promise to do it. But besides him, the only person is the absolutely beloved, adored, incredible author, speaker, friend, instant influencer. I don't know what she doesn't do. You know her. I know her. You love her. I love her more. Mary Lenaburg. Mary!
Oh my gosh, you're like going to make me cry. You can't do that. It's going to take the fake eyelashes off. That's just mean.
Hi, friend.
Hi, friend. How are you? It's so good to see you.
It's so good to see you. I'm so sad you're not here with me, so I could just be bear hugging you right now, but we would run out of time. That would take our entire interview time would be me just like petting you. So that's probably better that you're virtual right now.
I'm okay with that. It's a little warm. I would be like, okay, stop touching me now. It's fine. I'm here. I love you. We're good.
But go to that side of the couch. Yes. Yeah. So Mary, yeah, you're not, well, but where you are, it is a little bit warm. Like you're in the Virginia area, right? You guys?
Yeah, I'm in Northern Virginia. So right now it's like 92 outside.
Oh my goodness. That's insane. That's absolutely crazy. You do, because you've got the water, so it gets a little, a little muggy. Here's the thing that I really want to talk to you about. People talk to you about all sorts of stuff, Mary. You get pulled in kind of some pretty, like, people have you in boxes, I would like to say, that they're like, oh, we could get Mary to talk about this. Oh, who could we get? Oh, Mary could talk about that. I don't know. Do you feel that way, that you kind of get placed in some certain,
I think so. I think, I get placed in the Mary can talk about hard things box.
Okay. So we're not going to open that box today. I want to open the most shallow box you have.
Statement earrings. What would you like to know?
Okay. You know what? It goes into that. That is actually, look at you. This is how good you are. You're such a pro. You led me into the segment. Fantastic. Because guess what company I also subscribe to for my earrings?
Which one?
Well, do you have more than one that you subscribe to for earrings?
Oh, yes. So Low Love is my favorite.
That's mine. Love is mine. You know her? You know her?
I have now struck up a conversation on the gram. So yes, I know her. She's my BFF. Have I ever met her in real life? No, I haven't. But that doesn't stop us from loving one another from far away.
Loeb Love has changed my life. I mean, they are fantastic. They're statement earrings. It's a subscription service. And every time, I get stopped. Nobody ever stops me for anything I wear or anything I do, because I'm not that girl. And that's what I want to focus on today. Because I got to say something, friend. You have become, an influencer, if I may say, in the fashion district.
Okay, let's clarify. We have to clarify for just one moment. Do I have like 100,000 Instagram followers and people are buying my clothes? No, I do not. But I am a plus size woman who is of a certain age, and I just feel like I am not ready for the cat can of the world. I know that will come in my life, and I am looking forward to that, but I'm not quite there. And so I get asked a lot because I speak and I travel. And, I shop everywhere. I shop at Walmart. I shop at Target. I shop Lane Bryant, Talbot, Nordstrom, Saks Fifth Avenue. I shop everywhere. High-low dressing is what they call it. And I'm all about, knowing your body type and dressing it well. And I love shopping. My husband detests shopping. He detests me shopping. So, but I love it. And so I just have fun with it. I just feel like, I'm 53. I'm going to be 54 in a few months. And I feel like at this age, women like give up. Like they just give up. Like their kids are in college or they're getting married and having grandchildren and they're all just waiting. And I'm not, who am I waiting for? My son's getting married. God bless him. He's going to live his life. They're going to do great. Will they give me grandchildren? That's up to the Lord Jesus, not to me. What am I waiting for? And so I thought, no, we don't need to give up. We need to just like dig in even harder. And so my love of accessories, you know, everybody can wear a great statement earring. It doesn't depend on your size or even your budget, because I find them all over the place from like $5 to $500. So, you know, it's just, I just have fun. It's fun.
So what are the other subscription services that you prescribe to?
I don't have like, they're not subscription. I just purchase them by the earring. So I love Prep Obsessed. They're like a beaded earring, very Southern. Tiny Tassel, again, out of Charleston, South Carolina. Big, like my favorite ones are anchors. They're big blue anchor. I love them. Let me see who else. The Little Catholic, which is great for like, you know, a more
it's subtle religious.
Yeah. It's, you know, religious but tasteful.
But subtle, right. It's not like Our Lady of Guadalupe hanging off of your ear.
Exactly. Although, you know what? I was talking with her and my sweet friend Priscilla, and I asked for one. I asked for a beaded earring of Our Lady of Guadalupe. I did. I was like, hey, if you're going to go, go big.
Why not?
Why not? I think it would be awesome.
It's like
what Mary started to see.
Yeah, men do it with tats, right? They get their Our Lady of Guadalupe and they get like, you know, the rosary.
Exactly.
We could do it with a statement earring.
Why not? She just kind of roll her eyes and stare at me a little bit, but that's okay.
But what about like colored beads that went in the color scheme of Our Lady of Guadalupe or Our Lady of the Sea?
Something abstract.
We could do that. No one knows.
So but we would know. Out there and is an entrepreneur and has an artistic
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Mary Star of the Seas and the Blues and the Gold. Call me. I'll rep you. It's fine. We're
So, but you really have. You've stepped in because you're in a. I'm just gonna call it what I want to call it, Mary. And it could be wrong, but it's a fashion editorial book. You're in that. You got styled and photographed, and it sounds like a really big deal. You're hanging out with Cecilia Pappas. She's basically like, you know, who are all the, like, who's the hot kids today? I already said their names in earlier episodes, but it's the same kids. It's like Sabrina Carpenter and Olivia Rodrigo. And who else is hot right now? You know, I don't know. All the famous, Ariana Grande. Like she's that in the Catholic world, Cecilia. And you two, like, I don't know what you guys do. Y'all like hang out and she comments on your fashion. I watch. You did a little fashion show. Well, you do one like every week. You do like a Sunday.
I try.
Yeah, you do like a Sunday fashion show situation. And I saw your 4th of July. So we're talking about July 4th, 2021. If you want to go back to her Instagram and look, you posted and you and Jerry, your husband, did a little fashion show. And Cecilia commented on it. So you're doing something right, my friend, because you got the Gen Zs.
Okay. Listen.
I need the 411.
Willing, you and I talk about this all the time. You have to be willing to have fun and to make fun of yourself. And you see all of these high-end Instagram accounts, like 1 million plus followers, and they're doing these like literal fashion shows, you know, of Gucci and Chanel and Ralph and all of these people. And I'm like, I know how much those clothes cost, and it's all very edited, and it's so like hip hop music, and and I watch them all day long. I'm like, oh my gosh, look at those trousers. Oh, those fit her beautifully. I love how it hits the beat to the music. And I'll sit there and Jerry, my husband, who is, you know, you've met Jerry. He was born at the age of 82, is now 97, like grouchy Jerry. And I looked at him, I'm like, we need to make one of these. He goes, that is ridiculous. I said, exactly. Because we're everyday people. We're no different than anybody else. And I said, and let's have some fun with it. We're not dead. We're just middle-aged. There's a difference. Okay?
A slight difference.
Exactly. It's a big difference. He gets out there and he starts picking up my July 4th decorations and like posing with them.
Dancing
and I'm going,
with them.
Oh, this is ridiculous of the highest order. And we just had a great time. And he's like, you're going to put that up? I'm like, why not?
Yeah.
What the heck? This is us. If people came over and we were having a barbecue, you would be doing that. He's like, yeah, but we don't need to tell people. I'm like, why not?
They know at this point. They know. Listen, Mary and Jerry, you guys are like Sonny and Cher, basically. Like, this is a thing. We can't say one word without the other. It's Mary and Jerry. And we know y'all, you have like a persona, and I love it. I want to talk about reels because I got to say this. I am 43 and I have yet to make a reel. Any reel that you see that's made, that has been made by my 25-year-old assistant, Anna. It's true.
You can do this.
She makes all my reels on my professional account. I've done nothing, but you were first out of the gate. Mary was like, oh, roll up the sleeves. And you're like, cause you're with Beauty Counter and you're like with the fashion and you're like, oh, you know what, guys, Gen Z, take a seat. Okay. Y'all need to sit down with you can't wear tight jeans and side part. You're like, take some notes, Linda. And you pulled out and put those young Karens in their place. And you, my friend, you have defeated the reel. So tell me about your first reel. Tell me about.
My first reel was a situation.
I know. Okay? I can't wait.
Actually, it was an IG live that I turned into a reel later.
You can do that? You can turn things into reels?
Yeah, it's all about editing the film. There are apps for that, sweetheart. Apps on YouTube. That's all you got to do. So you have a 25-year-old in person. I don't. So I have to go to the YouTube.
She's in Ohio. Yeah, she's in Ohio. I just send her money.
There you go. Bank account is bigger than mine. Therefore, I got to figure it out.
I have a sad life.
I was doing this live and everybody kept asking me, like, Mary, could you just put your makeup on? Like, what do you do? Because I have hooded eyes. I have a little fuller face. And we just want to look good. We want to feel good about ourselves, right? And we don't have a lot of time, don't have a lot of resources. Get to the point. So I do it. Well, I'm in my bathroom and the toilet seat, it's a very small bathroom, is up on the toilet. And it's a little sink, and I have my brushes, and I do this big dramatic thing with my eyes, and I sweep my hand, and all of the brushes go in the toilet. And I'm live on Instagram, and I'm like, minute. And I had to stop the Instagram. I had to film the brushes in the toilet. Then I had to scoop them out of the toilet, restart the Instagram, not using the brushes, mind you, because ew. And like, I had to buy all new brushes. You can't that's no.
You can't come back from that.
Happening.
No.
And people died. They were like, Mary, that was the best thing I've seen all day. And I'm like, well, you need to get a life because if that was the best thing you've seen all day, sister, like you and I need to have a conversation because really we can do better than that. And so that kind of started this sort of, that's me. It just happened. I didn't plan it. I didn't do it. Now, every time I do an IG live, I will get somebody that says, is the toilet closed?
Oh.
Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Is the sink empty of water? Are you sure?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have all your brushes? Because I've forgotten brushes and I've done it with my fingers and I've done all this. Listen, it's just me. It's just me. I don't have time to be anybody else.
Oh, I love that. I don't have time to be anybody else. Amen. That's great. So are you enjoying the reels though? Because you've figured them out though. You make real ones now. You don't just you actually make some reels. Reels.
I try. Okay. So the point of a reel.
Yeah. What is the point?
Okay. Well, what is the point? What is the point?
Listen, I'll pay you. I'm going to send you a check after everybody. This is me getting, instituted by an influencer.
So you always want to grow. I write. Right. So I have 2 books that I've published. I speak internationally. And so you're always wanting to grow your social media to kind of introduce new people to you, right? You want to meet new people. You want to get to know new people. You always want to grow that circle of quote unquote influence. And so I am not a person that pays, anybody to grow it, a company. I'm not saying you. Yeah. I'm saying a company to grow it, something like that.
Yeah.
And it's always been organic, right? From the very beginning, just organic. It's just me and Jerry. This is our life. This is what we share. This is what we know. And we share all aspects of our life, from the positive to the really hard parts, right? And so what a reel does right now in the Instagram world is it gets your engagement up, right? So they're giving you more of the algorithm for a reel than for just a static post or photography of some kind. And they're really leaning toward the video because TikTok is huge. YouTube is huge. You're on YouTube, these are big things, right? And we want to share our talents and our gifts and our charismas with the world. And so this is an opportunity for us to do that, right? To show, as a Catholic person, to show the face of Christ to other people, to let them know, hey, we're not in church 24/7. We do, occasionally wear a statement earring and have an adult cocktail. And we laugh and we joke and we know scripture and we love Jesus and it's all good, right?
Exactly.
So
Amen.
that's what the real is for me. A real is this is what I'm cooking. This is what I'm wearing. This is where we're going. I mean, we were just in Gettysburg for July 4th. Jerry, my history husband, was just in love with the world. I was dying 27 million deaths, but that's okay. It's what you do when you've been married for 33 years. You love them by hiking for 5 hours. That's what you do.
And you just got out of purgatory. I'm pretty sure someone is going to write you a note when you die. They'll be like, "Oh, you were at Gettysburg for hour." And let's be honest, Jerry, I'm guessing, is one of those guys that goes in and reads all the things. Does he read every plaque?
He knows them all. He doesn't need to read them. We've been there 25 million times. He knows them. He's the one. There are other people, Liz. There were other people that joined our tour group.
No,
we didn't have a tour group. It was Jerry and me. And they just listened to him and they just started following along. And before you know it, you're looking back and there's 12 people following you.
No.
From like Cincinnati, Ohio.
No.
And, Wisconsin. And you're like, hey, are you stalking? No, he's just fascinating. Would you mind? I'm like, no, I live with him. It's fine. Come right along.
Oh, Mary, this is great because JW and I were talking in a previous episode about how sometimes our spouses outshine us. And I love that you're an author, you're an international speaker, you're an Instagram influencer because I'm saying so. And Jerry is the one that has a circle of people when he is at a historical site. I almost said landmine, but that was wrong.
Asking us on Instagram, where are you guys staying? We'd love to have dinner with you. And Jerry's like, are they stalkers? Are they axe murderers? Do we know them? I'm like, no, they're your people and they're coming. They're meeting you in the hotel lobby at 7:30.
I love it. I absolutely love it. No, it's great. See, Mary and Jerry, Sonny and Cher. I'm telling you, everybody's hearing it right now. And now you're going to get like Spirit Juice is going to come down and talk to y'all. And y'all now have a reality show of when you guys go to, look at this. I am basically your manager. When you guys start going to historical places, we want to watch it. I actually know a documentary filmmaker. JW.
There you go.
So that's his next project.
I got a guy for you.
Listen, there were just dollar signs that went across his eyes. It's amazing. He's so excited that he works here.
I love it.
So, okay, you and Jerry are a thing. And if people aren't following along, they now know that they should be. Let's go back to that book that you said that you wrote. There's two of them. One of them, though, actually has a picture of a dress on the outside, which I just want to make the connection for everybody. Fashion Insta person and look with it's branding. It's branding. And there was a really incredible endorsement written in that book.
It was by this woman named Liv Harrison.
I'm just saying.
And I don't know if you've met her or not, but
she's lovely.
She's like on top of it. And she just kind of gushed. And, when you get someone of that caliber to gush, it's just a really, really special place.
I can't believe you landed her for your book. That's shocking.
I can't either.
Listen, here's my fear.
I followed her. I stalked her. I showed up in Texas twice, and just was like following her. It was a little concerning.
It was.
Her personal security detail was like, that one over there.
Well, I have layers that people have to get through to talk to me. JW is now in my fourth layer. I'm like the Pentagon. You can't, there's so many walls.
Gotta get to her.
You gotta get to her. No, here's what's so great. Here's what's so funny is that, and I talk about this a lot. The first time I met you, you were on stage at the Adele conference, which at this point, I've talked about the Adele conference. People are going to be like, is that the conference she wrote and put on? Because I talk about it so much. It's not. It's just, that's how sad my life is. I've been to two conferences. One I wrote, one I went to. I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, but you went to the best of the best of the best.
Listen, exactly. So, but you were the keynote. And here's what's so funny. I had not a clue in the world who you were. And you know that now because you know that I don't read. And which is why it's so impressive that I read your book because I did. I read your manuscript, by the way, and I wrote that endorsement, everybody. So when people are reading, who the heck is Liv Harrison? when they read the endorsement, they'll be like, oh, but she read it because you can tell in that what I write. But I'm not a reader. And I'm not a blog person. And that's kind of your wheelhouse. I mean, that's kind of where you came.
That's where it started.
Where you kind of started.
Yeah.
And you're on this stage, and my friends the entire time are so obnoxious. And they're like, oh, Mary Lenaburg. And they're like freaking out, okay? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, get it together, okay? I mean, like, I get famous people, and one day,
And she ain't one of them. So
no.
Just put it in where it belongs.
They were just so cute. But they were like, the whole time you were talking, they were like, oh my gosh, you guys are so similar. And we've talked about this a million times. I do this every time we talk. And I'm like, okay, that's obnoxious. Like, I get it. I mean, we both have big personalities and we come at the world differently than the other bears. So I get it. We're a little different. That's fine. But then they grab you after and they shove me in front of you and they're like, you guys are so similar. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, so here's the thing.
And we shared a big hug.
We did.
Laughed awkwardly. We took a selfie. It was great.
I share this story to let all the stalkers of Jerry know that you can one day be friends with Jerry and Mary and Jerry. We got to figure out how we're going to say that because it's Sonny and Cher. So Jerry and Mary and Jerry. It goes better. Mary and Jerry.
Okay. Yeah, you can do it however. I know who leads, so it's fine. You can say it the way you want. Don't worry. You have a chance of being their friends. But I jest in saying all this. Mary, you definitely are one of those people, you and Jerry. You are so inviting and hospitable. You do take the people in your Instagram. Let's be honest. And you take the people in the conferences who come to your book signings, who do these types of things. And they feel like they know you because when you wrote that book, the one, what is the Brave and the Bold? Be Brave and the Bold. This is Be Bold and the Broken.
Be Bold and the Broken.
This is the newest book.
There it is. If you're watching.
Brave and the Scared.
Sorry, I put it together. I had them have a baby.
Okay. People do it all the time. But just for a moment, I would love to share with you.
Please.
Just for a moment. These beautiful, beautiful words. Dramatically read. The first time I saw Mary Lenaburg was on stage telling stories. I never imagined that Be Bold and the Broken, she would take her storytelling to a whole new level. Every chapter made me feel like Lenaburg was sitting next to me with a cup of coffee. Cheers. And her bathing suit shopping story had me yelling, preach it, sister. She has a gift for transforming that every day into great stories that draw her readers closer to God.
Jen Fulweiler.
Liv Harrison.
That was my endorsement. Listen, but that's what you do. And that bathing suit story, and that's why you're a fashion guru, my friend. You're basically Anna Wintour to me. Like you are.
Wow. I don't even know what to do with that one.
I don't even know what that means. Listen, y'all got to buy this book just for that story. When I say I laughed out loud, Mary, and that I felt seen, I mean it. It is a brilliant book. What you do better than anybody in your space. You make your audience feel like they know you. That is your gift, my friend. And that's what I want to ask you. Is that what makes you extraordinary? Do you think that is what sets you apart from everybody else?
I think it is. I think I meet people where they are. I meet them exactly where they are. I try very hard, given what I wrote about in Be Bold and the Broken, my past mistakes of not meeting people where they were, of really giving into comparison and jealousy of others and envy of others and being so unhappy in that journey. Yeah. And to figure out that God made me the way he made me, unique and unrepeatable. And I have a mission and I have a story to tell that's mine and mine alone. And, you just got to get out there and do it. And so, I think that's what draws people to me is that I'm not afraid of your hard story. I'm not going to judge you for choices made in your past because I've pretty much made them all myself. So I have no space to judge. And I really want to accompany people. I think that we need to be seen, known, and loved. And I don't think people feel that way. I don't think they feel like they're seen.
Yep.
And you make us
feel seen. And that is where you have taught me, and I love you to pieces. Listen, when we come back, we're going to play a game, and I want everybody to come back. If you're listening, if you're watching, you're not going to want to miss this next segment with Mary Lenaburg, because you are listening to It's Not That Late with Liv Harrison.